We are on MCA TV at Birth Congress 2018. We are Professor Diogo Aires de Campos, Associate Professor at the University of Lisbon and consultant in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the Santa Marta Hospital in Lisbon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Is cardiotocography beneficial versus intermittent auscultation during labor?
Well, yes. I think we've been using the evidence from randomized controlled trials that were carried out many years ago, more than 25 years ago, and that indeed did not show any benefit of continuous cardiotocography. But in my opinion, these were carried out in settings that are very different from what we have nowadays in our current clinical practice, at least in high-income countries. So we cannot take any firm conclusions from them. I think we should be looking at other evidence. And there is evidence that we've been improving. We've been improving the way we manage labor in terms of the incidence of intrapartum deaths that have almost disappeared in high-income countries again. And even in many centers, metabolic acidosis, that is, babies that are born with hypoxia, have almost gone to zero. So there must be something we are doing right. So I think it's time to move on from this old evidence and to dedicate our time to improving cardiotocography than just saying we should use intermittent auscultation.
Okay, thank you. And which are the most recent advances in intrapartum monitoring?
Well, I think we've been, over the course of the last 7-8 years, have the fact that we can monitor the maternal heart rate at the same time as the fetal heart rate without using additional equipment is a big advantage. And in my opinion, it should be used as much as possible because it identifies the maternal heart rate when we think we are trying to monitor the fetal heart rate. The other thing that I think is just about to be released by several companies is non-invasive fetal ECG monitoring, that is monitoring of the heart rate through external abdominally placed sensors that monitor ECG and then give you the fetal heart rate as well as the uterine contractions. So in a non-invasive way, we'll have obviously to test it in larger data sets, but it seems to give you the same signals, perhaps with increased signal quality and without any need for invasive technology.